Stop pretending the world is conspiring against you. It isn't. Life isn't out to punish or reward anyone. It responds only to the quality and clarity of your thinking. The cold truth is this: success, wealth, happiness, health, whatever your aim, will not chase you down just because you wish for it or curse the obstacles in your path. If you want reality to bend in your favor, you must take control of the one thing you truly own. Your mind. That's where every victory and every defeat is born. There is no shortcut, no secret handshake, no magic trick. You must learn to refocus your mind again and again until focus becomes your new nature, until the world, with all its noise, cannot shake you from your purpose. Every day you are offered two choices. You can allow your mind to scatter, bouncing from distraction to distraction, succumbing to anxiety, fear, and negativity, leaving your destiny to chance. Or you can seize each thought, discipline your focus, and direct your energy toward a goal so clear and vivid that the universe itself must yield. Most people choose the path of least resistance, letting their minds be pulled by every little thing. An email here, a complaint there, 100 petty worries. They wonder why they feel powerless, why their goals elude them, why progress is so agonizingly slow. It's not bad luck. It's the natural result of a mind left undirected, a focus surrendered to the trivial. You must decide to be different. If you want what others will never have, you must become what others will never become. That begins with the audacity to take charge of your own mind. The mind is a tool, nothing more, nothing less. Untrained, it is a saboteur, constantly searching for comfort, drama, or distraction. Trained, it is a weapon, cutting through resistance, doubt, and delay. The great secret is this: you become what you continually focus on. Your thoughts are seeds. Your future is the harvest. Refuse to let weeds overrun your mental garden. Understand this principle. Where attention goes, energy flows. If you let your mind drift to what you fear, despise, or resent, you empower those things. If you repeatedly revisit past mistakes or failures, you instruct your subconscious to expect more of the same. If you allow the opinions of small-minded people to dominate your self-talk, you shrink your possibilities to fit their limits. But if you choose every day to focus relentlessly on what you want, on your vision, on gratitude, on solutions, then your whole being organizes itself around making it real. No one else will do this for you. The world will offer you endless opportunities to lose focus, to quit, to accept less. The news will tempt you to despair. Friends and family, often without meaning to, will project their own fears onto you. Most people waste years blaming these outside forces, never seeing that the real enemy is within. The only person with the power to change your focus is staring at you in the mirror. Begin by asking yourself a hard question. What exactly do you want? Don't say success or happiness or wealth. Those are vague, shapeless wishes. Write down the specific outcome you desire. In crisp, vivid detail, describe the life you are building, the habits you will master, the person you intend to become. Until you do this, your mind will wander like a stray dog, chasing every scent but never finding home. A focused mind needs a destination. Once your goal is clear, the real work begins. Every morning, remind yourself of your aim. Every night, review your progress. If you drift during the day, correct course immediately. Do not indulge self-pity or excuse-making. When distractions arise, and they will, train yourself to pause, breathe, and return to your chosen thought. This act, repeated 1,000 times, forges an iron will. Guard your environment ruthlessly. If people, habits, or devices routinely drag your attention away from your mission, change them or remove them. Design your workspace and your schedule to serve your purpose, not sabotage it. You must become a fanatic about eliminating mental clutter. If you allow gossip, negativity, or pointless chatter to take root, you cannot claim to be serious about your goals. This is not about grinding harder or burning yourself out with effort. In fact, frantic business is just another form of distraction. True productivity comes from deep, focused work, the kind that feels almost effortless because you are locked in on a single, meaningful aim. Prioritize depth over speed. Learn to say no to the good so you can say yes to the best. Do not underestimate the enemy within. Your old self, habits of distraction and doubt were built over years. They will not disappear overnight. There will be days when your mind feels foggy, when you slip back into old routines, when you question whether any of this focus is worth it. In those moments, refuse to retreat. Remind yourself. The world bends to those who persist where others give up. You will find that as you strengthen your focus, you also strengthen your belief in yourself. Every day you keep your word to yourself. Every day you return your attention to your vision, you build self-respect. And self-respect is the root of all power. When you truly believe in your vision, others will start to believe as well. Not because you convince them, but because your energy compels them. The journey is not linear. Some days you will make massive leaps, other days it will feel like you are crawling. Do not measure your progress by speed. Measure it by direction. If you are moving toward your vision, you are winning. Celebrate small wins. Forgive small slips. But above all, do not allow your mind to drift aimlessly. Every moment of focus is a deposit in your future. Remember, there is no such thing as standing still. If you are not focusing forward, you are drifting backward. If you are not programming your own mind, someone else is. Success is not a matter of chance, but of choice, and focus is the first and most powerful choice you must make. You owe it to yourself to become a master of your attention. The ability to focus in a world addicted to distraction is the new superpower. It will separate you from the masses, attract opportunities, and reveal strengths you never knew you had. Refocus your mind. Do it daily. Do it relentlessly. And soon enough, you will watch reality bend to your vision, not the other way around. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for motivation. Start now, and do not stop. The world will make way for the man or woman who knows precisely what they want and will not be moved until they get it. Refocus and become unstoppable. Your mind is the command center of your destiny, and today's world, more than any other era in history, is built to fracture your focus and distract you from what matters. If you do not consciously and continuously seize the reins of your attention, you will drift helplessly, one shiny object to the next, always busy but never advancing. This is not the path of champions. It is the graveyard of dreams. Understand now. Success in any field is first and foremost a battle for control of your own consciousness. Until you refocus your mind with unbreakable intent, you will remain at the mercy of circumstances and the opinions of others. You were not born to be a leaf blown about by every gust of wind. You were born to shape your own reality. Distractions come disguised as urgent demands, emails, texts, endless news, a barrage of notifications. Most are meaningless, designed to enslave your attention for someone else's profit. If you do not choose your focus, others will choose it for you. The man who chases every little thing catches nothing. You must refuse to be seduced by what is urgent, and instead dedicate yourself to what is important. This requires courage, because it means standing apart from the herd, saying no when everyone expects yes, and risking being misunderstood. But make no mistake, the cost of drifting is far greater than the cost of discipline. Here's the principle. Your external results are a mirror of your internal focus. If your mind is scattered, your results will be scattered, your relationships shallow, your finances unstable, your ambitions unrealized. If your mind is disciplined, your life will take on a new order. Decide what you want, eliminate what you don't, and devote every ounce of mental energy to the few things that truly matter. The most successful people in history were not the most talented or the most fortunate. They were the most focused, relentless, and single-minded. They refused to dilute their energy. They poured themselves day after day into one purpose until the world had no choice but to bend. This is why most people never achieve anything extraordinary. They never fully commit. They dabble, they dip their toes, they make half-hearted attempts, but as soon as things become difficult or tedious or uncomfortable, they give up and chase the next easy thrill. That is not how winners are made. You must make an irrevocable decision to stick with your vision, especially when progress is invisible and praise is absent. When you choose to refocus, hour after hour, day after day, you are building an inner strength the world cannot see, but that the world will one day be forced to respect. Mental refocusing is not a one-time event, it is a lifestyle. Each morning, before the world's noise has a chance to claim your mind, sit in silence and remind yourself of your central aim. Write it down, speak it aloud, visualize it as already achieved. This is not wishful thinking. It is the act of programming your subconscious to seek, attract, and create the conditions necessary for your success. Then, as you move through the day, protect your focus like a sacred flame. When distractions arise, and they will, do not fight them with anger. Instead, calmly acknowledge them, let them pass, and gently return to your mission. This, repeated 1,000 times, is how discipline is born. It is easy to slip back into old patterns. The world encourages it. Everywhere you look, there are opportunities to waste your energy on gossip, outrage, and trivia. But each time you refocus, you grow stronger. Each time you say no to distraction and yes to your vision, you sharpen the blade of your mind. Over time, this gives you a reputation, not just with others, but with yourself. You become someone you can trust. The most powerful form of confidence is self-trust. The knowledge that you will do what you said you would do, regardless of mood, weather, or opinion. If you want proof that focus bends reality, look back on your life. Think of a time when you wanted something so badly that you thought about it every day, talked about it, worked for it, and refused to let anything stop you. Did you not find a way to get it? Did the universe not, in some mysterious fashion, rearrange itself to assist you? Now, imagine what would happen if you lived this way not for a week, but for years. What could you accomplish? Who could you become? Never forget, the mind is a magnet. It draws to itself the people, resources, and opportunities that are in harmony with its dominant thoughts. When you allow fear, doubt, or envy to take root, you attract more of the same. When you focus on abundance, progress, and purpose, you create an upward spiral that others cannot help but notice. It is not arrogance to believe that your thoughts shape your world. It is a recognition of a universal law. You must also guard against subtle distractions. Self-pity, blame, perfectionism, these are forms of mental drift. excuses for why you cannot move forward. When you catch yourself slipping, do not indulge regret. Instead, immediately bring your attention back to what you can control. Next thought, the next action. It is in these small, repeated choices that destinies are formed. Champions are not those who never falter, but those who refocus the fastest after they stumble. The environment in which you place yourself matters. If your surroundings pull you away from your mission, change them. If the people around you mock your focus or try to seduce you back into mediocrity, limit your contact with them. Find allies who are equally devoted to their aims, and spend time with those who encourage, inspire, and challenge you to aim higher. Your focus is precious. Do not squander it on critics or cynics. Do not confuse movement with progress. There are millions who are busy all day but achieve nothing of substance. They confuse activity with accomplishment, believing that being in motion is the same as moving forward. It is not. Success comes to those who can lock in on the vital few tasks that matter, ignore the noise, and pour their energy into completing what truly counts. Set clear priorities. Ruthlessly eliminate the rest. If you are struggling to focus, do not waste time berating yourself. Instead, ask better questions. What am I tolerating that is draining my energy? Where am I saying yes when I should say no? What would this look like if it were simple and clear? Each of these questions is a scalpel that cuts away the inessential, bringing you back to the core of your purpose. Make reflection a daily practice. 5 minutes of honest introspection can save you years of aimless wandering. There will be moments when your focus is tested, when chaos and crisis threaten to pull you off track. In these moments, you must be ruthless with your mind. Do not feed the drama. Do not lose yourself in worry. Pause, breathe, and remind yourself, I am the master of my attention. I choose where it goes. This affirmation, repeated with conviction, rewires your brain and reasserts your power. As you become skilled at refocusing, others will notice a change. You will radiate a calm, quiet confidence. People will seek your counsel, wonder at your discipline, and be drawn to your clarity of purpose. They will not see the thousands of private battles you fought to claim this focus, but they will respect the results it brings. The world is noisy, but you can be still. The world is scattered, but you can be single-minded. The world is reactive, but you can be deliberate. In a society obsessed with distraction, the ability to focus is a rare and priceless asset. Treat it as such. Each day, renew your commitment. Each day, refocus, regardless of mood or circumstance. Over time, your consistent attention will create results that others will call luck, never knowing the discipline and persistence behind it. Remember, you are not what has happened to you. You are what you choose to focus on next. Each moment is an opportunity to redirect your attention, to recommit to your purpose, to bend your reality. Refocus your mind, and you bend success toward you. Do it now. Do it always. If you want to rise above the masses, then make no mistake. Mastering your focus is not a gentle suggestion, it is a demand. The world rewards those who can bring their full attention to bear upon a single idea, a single project, a single purpose, and drive it to completion, regardless of distractions, resistance, or the seductive comfort of procrastination. In this age of digital noise and relentless interruption, your mind is under siege every waking moment. The enemy is not simply the urgent email or the endless to-do list. It is the old, undisciplined self that welcomes these distractions as an escape from the discipline that achievement requires. You must wage war against that self if you are ever to bend success in your direction. To refocus is not merely to return your thoughts to your goal, it is to burn away every ounce of mental dross that stands between you and your highest purpose. This is not a one-time act, nor is it glamorous. It is repetition, relentless, monotonous, and often unseen by the world. Yet within this repetition is hidden a truth. Greatness is not the product of inspiration, but of intention, repeated until it becomes instinct. Consider the athlete who drills the same motion 1,000 times, the writer who polishes a paragraph until every word sings, or the entrepreneur who refines their pitch until it cannot be refused. Each one has learned that real achievement is not found in scattered effort, but in a narrow, burning focus. You must learn to say no, not once, but 1,000 times, to what is easy or convenient, and say yes to what stretches your ability and sharpens your will. Examine your daily routines. Are they a reflection of a mind trained on your highest objective, or are they the habits of a person resigned to mediocrity? The answer will be revealed in the results you are experiencing now. If you wish to change your outcomes, start by changing the pattern of your thoughts, the sequence of your choices, and the way you direct your energy. Do not leave this to chance. Become your own mental gatekeeper. Screen every thought, every invitation, every temptation, and ask, does this serve my purpose, or does it serve my distraction? Ruthless clarity is required. Sentimentality is a luxury for those who have no pressing vision. The discipline of refocusing must penetrate every domain of your life. Your conversations, your consumption, your recreation, each must be evaluated in the light of your dominant aim. Success cannot be compartmentalized. The person who is careless with their time in one area will soon find that carelessness has spread like a weed to every corner of their life. On the other hand, the person who demands of themselves undivided attention to their core mission becomes unstoppable. Energy flows where attention goes, and the person who learns to keep their attention fixed on what matters becomes a force that the universe cannot ignore. But what if you stumble? What if, despite your best efforts, you fall prey to distraction or lose sight of your vision for days, weeks, or even months? Do not despair. The difference between those who ultimately succeed and those who fade into obscurity is not the absence of failure, but the speed and certainty with which they return to focus. When you catch yourself drifting, do not waste another second in regret or self-criticism. Instead, act at once. Reaffirm your purpose, review your plan, and throw yourself back into the work with doubled resolve. Every act of refocusing is a brick in the fortress of your character. Over time, you will find that what once felt impossible becomes your new standard of normal. Let us turn to the essential practice that accelerates this process. Visualization. Each day, set aside time to picture your end result as vividly as you can. See yourself not just as a passive observer, but as an active participant, living, breathing, moving in the world you intend to create. The more real it feels in your mind, the more natural it will become in your behavior. This is not superstition. The subconscious mind responds to vivid images as though they were reality. By consistently feeding your mind with the sights, sounds, and emotions of your desired future, you reprogram your instincts to act in alignment with your vision. Distraction will lose its allure, for it cannot compete with the magnetic pull of a dream that has already taken root within your spirit. But there is more. Alongside visualization, embrace the discipline of written affirmation. Each morning and evening, write out your chief aim in the present tense, as if it were already accomplished. This act not only clarifies your goal, but engraves it upon the very fibers of your mind. The words become a contract with yourself, a promise that you will not quit, no matter the opposition, no matter the temptation to slacken your pace. Over weeks and months, you will discover a remarkable shift. The excuses that once derailed you will lose their power, and the old voice of doubt will be drowned out by a deeper conviction. The transformation does not end with the mind. It must be carried into action, deliberate, purposeful, daily action. Here is where most falter. They believe that a moment of inspiration is enough. It is not. Consistency is the master key. Every day that you act in alignment with your focused intent, you accumulate evidence that you are becoming the kind of person who cannot be shaken. Momentum builds quietly, invisibly, until one day it bursts forth in results so dramatic that the world calls you an overnight success. The truth, of course, is that you paid for every inch of that success through thousands of quiet, private victories. There will be days when your energy is low, your mind is foggy, and your willpower is spent. These are the crucible days, the days when most quit. But you will not, for you understand a secret. Feelings are unreliable. They come and go like the weather. Your commitment, however, is immovable. On these days, lower your standards of perfection, but never your standards of consistency. Even a small step forward, taken in the spirit of relentless focus, is worth more than a burst of scattered activity. Over time, these small steps compound into a mountain of progress. Do not allow yourself to be seduced by novelty or the pursuit of endless options. The person who constantly changes direction never travels far. Decide what you want, and then discipline yourself to pursue it with unwavering loyalty. As you do, you will develop a kind of inner stillness, a quiet certainty that is immune to the noise and chaos around you. This stillness is not passivity. It is a sign of supreme confidence. The world cannot distract a person who knows exactly where he is going. If doubt arises, do not try to fight it directly. Instead, flood your mind with proof of your past progress. Keep a written record of your daily victories, however small. Review them often, especially in moments of fatigue or discouragement. You will remind yourself that you have overcome before, and you will overcome again. The mind, like a muscle, grows stronger through use and repetition. Feed it with evidence, not just hope. Your associations matter. Surround yourself with individuals who respect your focus, who remind you of your commitments, and who challenge you to rise above excuses. Distance yourself from those who encourage complacency, laziness, or mediocrity. These individuals may mean well, but their influence will dilute your power and cloud your vision. Remember, you become the average of those you spend the most time with in thought and conversation. Protect your mental environment as fiercely as you would protect a treasure. As your focus intensifies, you will find that your desires clarify. You will no longer be pulled in 100 directions, for you will have discovered the priceless value of pursuing one great aim with all your heart. The world will call this obsession, but you will know it as the price of greatness. History does not remember the scattered or the easily distracted. It remembers those who gave themselves wholly to a cause. Finally, let us speak of patience. The world moves at a frantic pace, but true achievement is a marathon, not a sprint. When you are tempted to rush, remind yourself that excellence cannot be hurried. Each day, do what you can with what you have, where you are. Trust that the invisible forces of habit and focus are working on your behalf. There will be breakthroughs, but they will come to the patient, not the impatient. Every act of focused attention is an act of faith in your future. Each moment you resist distraction and recommit to your vision, you plant a seed that will, in time, bear fruit beyond your imagination. You are training your mind to obey your will, not your whims. And as your will strengthens, so too does your ability to shape the world in your image. Stay vigilant.